Good evening. It's an honor to speak with you this evening. Special welcome to State Representative Mike Caruso and former State Senator Maria Sachs. What we just heard and saw is precisely why we all support the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. I know all of you believe, like Steve and I do, that the mission of this museum is absolutely critical. We don't come from a family of survivors. However, when I was young, I spent countless hours with my Hebrew school teacher, who was a Holocaust survivor. She spoke about the horrors she endured. I vividly remember her number that was tattooed on her arm, how she tried to explain what none of us could imagine. She was drinking coffee and picked up a sugar cube and said we didn't even get food this size. Our son Jack is in 8th grade. He recently read a book about the dangers of collective manipulation, how easily you can be persuaded to follow along without understanding where you are heading. When Jack told me about it, he said, "Mom, there are kids in my class who have never heard about the Holocaust. What will happen when there are no longer survivors to tell their story and share their lessons?" Even today, while the survivors are with us, the denial is growing. What will happen in 25 or 50 years? That is why the museum is rescuing the evidence of the Holocaust before it's too late. Thanks to the extraordinary generosity of local philanthropists who are here with us tonight, the museum recently added an acquisitions curator, Amy Rubenstein, and I would like to have Amy stand up, please. If you have personal artifacts or papers, please reach out to her. Let the museum preserve them forever. This is part of the incredible work that we make possible, but we don't see. Just like we don't see the museum professionals going into harm's way to bear witness when genocide threatens. The U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum does for victims today what was not done for the Jews of Europe. I am originally from Pittsburgh. While my immediate family didn't belong to the Tree of Life Synagogue, I have fond childhood memories of the time that was spent with my grandparents and cousins. 2 weeks after the massacre, Steve and I took Jack to Tree of Life, to a community built on Tikkun Olam, a place that once felt safe and untouched. While it was hard to have him see all this hatred, it was important. The increase of anti-Semitism and hate crimes we are witnessing today is unthinkable. Facts are being questioned. When I was young, I naively thought the Holocaust and the hate that caused it were firmly in the past. However, there is still so much hate, discrimination, and violence in the world today. It serves to make our commitment and dedication to the museum stronger than ever. Through our annual gift to this remarkable museum, we can each help educate and encourage others to understand where hate leads. That is why Steve and I make it a priority every year. Many of you have already made a generous contribution for this year. Thank you very much. Tonight, we ask you to please take a moment and reflect on what's happening in the world and challenge yourself to do even more. Think about the fact that the museum not only appreciates your current gift, but it recognizes all of your past giving. Those who have cumulatively given $50,000 or more are permanently recognized on the museum's donor wall. And many of you are close to reaching this milestone. There's no better time than now to send the message about how important and permanent this institution is. A gift of any size, from the most modest to the grandest, is like the vote of decency and human rights and is greatly appreciated by the museum. I'm asking you to simply give what you can. Please take out your pledge cards out of your program, and we will take out ours. And wow, I can see my husband. He is filling his out now. Something that Steve and I are thinking about now is how how we can continue giving support to the museum when we're gone. I think it is a question we all need to ask. We support the museum today because we know there is no other organization with a comparable voice, educational platform, and greater reach than this museum. And we know it will always be urgently needed. We hope you will join us in considering making a gift in your estate to the museum's endowment. Please pass your pledge cards to your table captains, and we have some student volunteers who will come around and collect them. Thank you all for your continuing support and for choosing to be a part of something that really does make a difference. And remember, what you do matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Judith Fagan, National Chair.